What's up YouTube, Jale here. We're going to be playing Oxygen Not Included today. We're starting with a new playthrough. Just a little bit of survival. We're not going to do too badly, I don't think. I'm going to start on the ice world here, because it's my preferred one since I don't have to worry about heat, which tends to be the biggest issue I have. Looking for one that's got a bit of a decent start. We don't really want poor metal or irregular oil. We're looking for one that has a decent starting seed. Here we have one that has medium boulders. It's a little geoactive, which will give us more geysers and vents, which is pretty good since we will have to worry about water as well. Medium boulders aren't horrible. They'll be easy to dig out if we have a high miner early on, but we choose our duplicates here. Looking for one with a high miner skill, probably one with a decent construction skill, and definitely a research scientist. So I'm just going to make sure that we get first and foremost, always a digger. It's early on, we want somebody who can do this quickly, and mouth breather isn't a horrible one, but we can do better than that. We don't need him to know to do that, to do research. It's easy enough if we're going to pick one specifically for research. So we'll see if we can get one. Flatulent isn't the worst one. And then last, I think we're going to go with the builder just to get some stuff up early. But probably somebody with a little bit, binge eater, bottomless stomach will probably go through food if it's a stressful time. Sparkle sticker bombs. Or the overjoyed responses are pretty good, and 7 in the basic skills. And I think we can get this started. I feel like this name is appropriate for right now, so we're just going to go ahead and begin the quarantined space hut. Alright, first and most important thing to do is to get a large line dug out, because we're going to need to get bathrooms going. Once we get it seems like a natural break, so we're just going to bury these. And we're already going to plan the washroom and the 2 bathrooms, because we're going to want 2 for 3 duplicates. I normally like to leave space between the digging point, or between the ladders and everything else. Just so that we have that little bit of height. We're not really going to dig this way yet. Too much, because we don't want to use that water, or we don't want to lose that water into the middle of our base. We will dig it out and get a pitcher plump over here quickly. The other major thing I want to do is get some of this dug up, because our bedrooms will be going directly above the printer pod, since that'll keep them warm in the evenings, which will be important. Otherwise they won't sleep well. So I generally do 2 and leave a gap, and then do 2 more. So we're actually going to cancel that one. It's one too far. And as they dig through, we get closer and closer. We're going to prioritize what they're good at. And then we are going to remove everybody else from researching. Except for Bubbles here, because Bubbles is a smart one. We'll actually get that station set up rather quickly, along with a little bit of power. These will get moved eventually, but for now we just want a little bit here. And we also want the research station. As soon as we get some stuff going here, dig out this metal, because that's going to get us the metal we need. I'll go ahead and speed up the game a little bit since everything's queued up already. We are going to prioritize the bathroom. And we want to get that early buff on that, since any buffs are good. We won't be able to dig up above and put the ceiling in until after we get a second ladder going up top. They shouldn't be able to dig that out until later, which means they won't build it till later and it'll still count as a room. But we'll for sure be putting something up there. And then the food we'll probably have down below this section here. I can already tell that. And I'll normally do 7 in a line because it's as much as a 4-tile will display light once we get the light set up. So we have our research station, we have our food section planned out, and we have our bathroom. Most important things for the beginning of the game. We'll have enough food to get started. We will be putting in some place to sweep everything into. Probably up here. Just because that will affect some of our cleanliness later. That dugout. First night probably won't matter for sleeping on the ground, but in the future it will help more if they have a bed. Actually, we'll pull that one further in. Don't waste too much space here. And we'll probably have a second bedroom on the other side. Don't want to make the bedrooms too large. That way we don't accidentally miss out on that bonus. But as you can see, they're already using that bathroom. They really need this water to wash their hands. Otherwise, they're just going to be getting food poisoning here rather quickly. I'm going to prioritize this section here. So it's going to give them access to the water, which we really need. We've got enough stuff to start the research station. Pretty good beginning to the first cycle here. No, we won't have our duplicates wetting themselves and spreading a bunch of germs everywhere. Probably do want to section that out a little bit more. And none of them have skills yet, so we can't assign them anything. But once we get the skills, things will go a lot faster. And a lot more smoothly. Around us, we have a few crop seeds here. We'll have some meal ice, which is always a great one to start with. These look probably body temperature, yeah. So the problem with starting on the frozen place is you aren't going to have the heat you need for a lot of this. And everybody's got a bed assigned. Nobody's trapped. And they're complaining they smell, which it's going to be like that for a while. do that section out too, and then they'll be able to access the water that they need. We want this research station going. We're actually going to get this one a little bit higher up on the priority, so that way we can start getting the food we need. It's all about the short stop. You don't want them doing too much early on. If you have them dig up everything, you're not going to get started. If you don't prioritize quickly, then they're not going to get what they need. So you can kind of see here, we've already got some people doing some stuff into what they need. They've already dug up somebody's stuff, so we're going to make them get rid of that. All the free oxygen we have is already burned through, which isn't that surprising. I think we're going to deconstruct that one, just so that we can get the ladder going down quickly. Have double the access here. We have a research station. We'll be getting food up first. I always like to get to the second stage of food because the food tile's better than the planter box by a lot, and I don't have to worry as much about spacing them, and then we'll get decor right after that just so we can plant in those lights. Oh, everybody's gonna go to sleep except Bert, or Hassan, who doesn't have a bed right now. Since any tile that's not contained is not good. But we have the bathroom. You can always check what the buffs they do. This one will give a little bit more morale. When this one's finished, it'll be considered a barracks, and that'll give another morale, which means that they can go higher up in their skills. And he just wet himself and everything up, so we're going to have to mop that up. We don't have a place to put that yet, so we're going to get that section started, I guess. Not what I had wanted to do, but, you know, everybody's going to pee where they need to pee. I normally like to build this so that I know that exactly where I'm going to want to put that. Cancel that. We're going to cancel those. We're going to cancel these. I don't want that. We'll want to sink for all the carbon dioxide to go down. Since it's everything in oxygen, we can get that going. The other thing is, we are going to be trying to get the peak cleaned up here, so. This section figured out. Alright, I think that's a good place to stop for the day. We got all the basics done. We're going to finish setting up the water storage areas next time and get some of this other stuff cleaned up. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing.